Hey y'all, it's Stacy with SouthernBite.com. We're in the kitchen today making an old school favorite. You probably remember these from your childhood. These are cornflake cookies, and they're super simple. To start, I've got a cup of light corn syrup, a cup of sugar, and a teaspoon of salt in this pot. And I've warmed this over medium heat, stirring constantly so that we make sure that we don't scorch that sugar. Now, as soon as we start seeing bubbles, we want to kill the heat. So we're going to turn that off. Continue to stir. We're going to move it off of the heat just because we want to make sure that sugar doesn't get to that hard crack stage, and we want those chewy cookies, not hard pieces of cookie in the sugar in the cookie. To that, I'm going to add a cup of creamy peanut butter, just right in the pot with that sugar mixture, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Now we're just going to put a little elbow grease into this and get this stirred together. In my large bowl over here, I've got 6 cups of cornflakes. What we're going to do is we're going to pour this peanut butter mixture right over the top. So we're just going to do just like that right there. And we're just going to fold this together. Just stir, stir, stir. It's going to seem like you're never going to get them all coated, but just keep stirring. I promise it's all going to come together. And once it does, we're going to portion them out. Now, you can make these as big or as small as you like. For me, I like to use an ice cream scoop. I feel like that's a good size, and using a scoop like that is a really great way to keep them consistent, to make sure that they're all a similar size. All right, you can see that we've just about got this all combined. We're going to switch to our cookie scoop here. And you have to work a little quickly because you don't want this to firm up before you can get them all scooped out. And we're just going to portion them out just like that. Now, these will need to sit for 10 to 15 minutes. If you can wait that long before you take a bite, they store great in an airtight container right on the countertop, and you've made cornflake cookies. Folks, you can find this recipe, hundreds more on my website at SouthernBite.com. Just visit the Simply Southern TV tab right at the top. Y'all enjoy.
Mary, before we recorded that segment, I'd never even heard of cornflake cookies, much less tried them. Now I feel like I've been deprived my whole life.
Oh, those were my grandmom's one of her favorite things to make during the summer. Now, it had been a long time since I'd eaten any, but now that you've tried them, do you think you'll want them again in the future?
In the future, no. Today, definitely. Thanks again to the Alabama Peanut Producers Association for sponsoring another great recipe from Stacy.
Kevin, it's time for us to go. Thanks again to all of you for watching. Next week on Simply Southern, we'll begin our annual profiles of the finalists vying to be named Alabama's Outstanding Young Farm Family.
And what do you get when you cross an accomplished artist with a military pilot? 2 of the most unlikely farmers in Alabama. I'm Kevin Worthington.
And I'm Mary Wilson. We'll see you next week. Simply Southern is produced by the Alabama Farmers Federation and made possible with the support of Alabama Farmers Cooperative and these sponsors.